everyone. Welcome to StreamYard Spotlight. How's it going, Kels?
It's going pretty good. How are you?
Good. We have so many people tuning in. Thanks so much for
guys.
Welcome back to our show. Today we are here. We have a very exciting show. Renee's here. Thanks for being here. If you've never watched our show, welcome to the StreamYard Spotlight show. So Kelsey and I work at StreamYard, and we always feature a different user of StreamYard every single week. We go live every Thursday to really shine the spotlight on someone new. So someone who has who's doing a unique show. Brian's here. Shout out to the spotlight. Yep.
Hey, Brian.
Shout out to you, Brian. So someone who's using StreamYard in a unique way, or just something where we can learn from them and how they're using. Hey, Bros, how's it going? Thanks for tuning in on YouTube. So we're live on Facebook, we're live on LinkedIn, and we're live on YouTube. So welcome everyone from all those platforms. So without further ado, I want to bring on our guests. So just a little bit about Tim. Tim, if you don't know who Tim is, he's very I think he's very well known in the live streaming community. Like, I think a lot of people have heard his name, have seen one of his shows. But Tim Sohn's the founder of Sohn Social Media Solutions. That's a tongue twister. And it's a marketing agency that he created that specializes in live shows. So live streaming, live producing, virtual events. And he has a few StreamYard shows that he produces and puts on and hosts. So we are looking forward to talking to Tim today. Tim, welcome to the show.
What world are we in? What's going on here?
Uh-oh.
Where are we? What world are we in? StreamYard world?
We're in outer space, I guess.
I don't know where we are. Good. How are you, Tim?
I'm great. Thank you so much for having me. I love StreamYard, and so excited to share about my experience with it.
Thanks for joining us. We're excited to pick your brain.
Absolutely. My brain is ripe for the picking.
Good. And we always like to tell our audience members, like, if you have any questions for Tim, feel free to shout out to Tim. Feel free to ask away, because it's more fun when we have our audience members ask, in addition to Kelsey and I asking questions. But for the people who are out there and who haven't heard of you, Tim, can you give us a brief background on who you are and then how you're using StreamYard?
Yeah, absolutely. So hey everyone, my name's Tim Sohn. Like Dana said, I'm the founder of Sohn Social Media Solutions, also the co-host of the Tim and Jim Show, which is a weekly show where we bring on marketing and PR and entrepreneurship guests to help small businesses grow. That's every Wednesday at noon Eastern time. And then on Mondays, at 10 o'clock in the morning, I go live on my social media, my Facebook profile. And my co-host is Christine Gritman of Christine Gritman Inc. And it's basically just a fun way to kick off the week. The show is called Coffee and Donuts, and we bring coffee and donuts, share what we're eating and drinking. And we just share what we're looking forward to that week. And we have a chat with everyone who tunes in from around the world. And when I'm not doing that or producing other shows like the shows I produce with Brian on Wednesdays and Saturday, I'm helping businesses and nonprofits that want to make a bigger impact in the world. I help plan and produce their virtual events. Like, I recently worked with the United Nations Development Program and many other awesome organizations who are doing such important work, especially right now with everything going on.
Wow, that's fantastic.
Thanks. I know, how neat.
That's and really cool.
You had the founder of StreamYard on the Tim and Jim show, right? At some point.
Yes, absolutely. Yeah, we had Gage on. It was a very engaging conversation. Thank you.
Oh my gosh, that's too fun. Brian, biggest heart in the world that man has.
Oh.
That is so sweet, Brian.
Love you, Brian. Brian's amazing.
Wow.
He's just amazing.
Yeah. So you have
shout out to Brian.
You have two shows that you're doing with StreamYard specifically, like every single week. And one is One involves guests, right? Like you have a guest on every single week on the Tim and Jim show. But your morning show with Christine's
that
awesome
sounds so
too.
official, my morning show.
I know, your morning talk show
Yes.
with Christine. You don't have guests on that one, right?
We don't, at least not as of right now. It's just a casual conversation between the two of us. And right now, it's just the two of us. It's amazing, though, that show, even though it is, it's not really, like, yes, we might mention marketing and that kind of stuff during the show. It's not focused on that. It's just focused on starting out the week and looking forward to it. We get so many freaking comments on that show.
I was just going to ask,
crazy.
do you engage with the comment section a lot during that?
Yeah, absolutely. Beforehand, during, after, even when people comment during the show, afterwards, I'll go back and respond to pretty much all the comments as well. And I do that with all the shows that I co-host or produce, or if it's part of my job. Engagement is so important.
Yeah, and it's nice that StreamYard helps a little bit with that, connecting you to the audience and being able to show comments on screen.
Absolutely.
Ross was on the Tim and Jim show. I think everyone's been on the Tim and Jim show, except for me and
Thank
Cal.
you, Ross. We had an amazing one-year anniversary show.
Oh, that's so fun.
Congratulations.
And
That's
you,
amazing.
I think you just hit, was it 2 years or 100 shows or something? You hit another anniversary.
Yeah. In August, we had our 100th episode, and we had Andrew and Pete on the show for that episode.
Oh, that's so fun. It's so many shows. Congrats.
Thank you. Thank you.
So I want to talk just briefly about a feature that not a lot of people use, but I think you're using this feature for your morning show.
Okay.
And that is you're streaming to your co-host's profile and your profile. Is that right?
Yeah.
Okay. Can you talk us through how that works on your StreamYard account?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, to basically you just add another destination. So whether you're adding one or you're adding, you can have up to 8 destinations, right?
Yep. Yeah.
Yeah. 8
on the profile.
I need more coffee. I'm not used to this night thing. I'm a
I
morning
know.
person, but it's all good. I'll get through it. I have the woods. Maybe a bear will come visit me or something.
We're always making you do these streams at 8 p.m. Eastern.
Yes, you must come on the show. So basically you just add a destination. You have to have your Facebook account or whatever account open, or you have to be an admin of the Facebook page or the YouTube page. And you just connect them, and it's really simple to do. And we use multi-streaming for that show, but we also multi-stream for Brian Schulman's shows. On the Saturday show, we go to 7 destinations. We go to LinkedIn, we go to Facebook, we go across my personal and business, Facebook, Twitter, YouTube, Brian's LinkedIn. I wish we could stream again to multiple LinkedIn accounts. That would be amazing.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
LinkedIn doesn't like it. I know.
Hopefully they'll change their mind at some point.
Yeah. That's a lot of platform.
Yeah. But then
and
for
you
the Tim and Jim show.
Tim and Jim? No, go ahead.
Yeah, absolutely. We also multi-stream. Our long-term goal is we recently created a Tim and Jim show specific Facebook page. And we also have a Tim and Jim show YouTube profile or account. Brand channel.
That's interesting. What's your favorite destination, Tim? Brian asks.
My favorite yes, of course, the forest or space. I love to be in space, floating around.
How are you doing that? That's really cool.
It's Snap Camera.
It's Snap Camera. Very cool.
Yes.
Sneaky.
So you have a green screen app.
Don't you love when guests just show up with surprises?
Well, at least you're teaching us all something new today. But I want to go back to where you're streaming to and why. So can you talk about why you made extra destinations, or you created these pages for specifically the Tim and Jim show? You made a YouTube channel and you made a Facebook page. Can you talk about why you did that instead of just streaming to its own profile?
Yeah, absolutely. So we've had the show for for more than 2 years now. So I think we're kind of thinking of the show almost more like its own brand now. So while we are in the meantime also still streaming to my and Jim's Facebook and Twitter and my LinkedIn, I don't know what I missed, a lot of things, as well as the brand pages, our long-term goal is to stream just to the Facebook and the YouTube page. But in the meantime, we'll continue to stream to our individual accounts as well.
Got it.
Does that
So
make
you're
sense?
trying to build that. You're trying to build Tim and Jim as a brand, like the show as its own brand. And so setting that kind of setting it up separately from your personal channels, personal accounts. That makes sense to start growing it on its own. Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. And we even talked about doing things like coming up with some Patreon programs, maybe some merchandise. These are some of the things we're starting to think about.
How cool. Yeah, that's so exciting. I've been learning more I've been watching Nick Nimmin and Dee Nimmin's channels about YouTube.
Shout out to them.
I know, shout out to them. Yeah. They have really good content. But I've been specifically just learning about all the different things you can do with YouTube. And you can actually, I think you have to have 1,000 subscribers, but you can have a merch like shelf on YouTube. And sometimes you'll see like Nick has his merch shelf at the bottom. It's so cool. And he has like his t-shirts and his coffee cups and all of those things. And I think that's such a neat thing to have for your show.
Yeah. Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. Yeah. And really, like when you're building your show, you're also building a community, right? So it's just amazing to be able to, to like build that community over time and then to be able to grow your show to add more elements like these along the way.
How has StreamYard helped you to grow and further connect with your live streaming community?
So StreamYard, well, first of all, shout out to the StreamYard community, because the StreamYard community, well, thank you. The StreamYard community is just amazing. And there's so many people in it now, but even back when we started using StreamYard, which I know you're going to ask me when I did, and I'm not going to be able to tell you. Maybe, I don't know if Jim is in the comments or not, but he probably has a better idea. It's been a while. And now I lost my train of thought.
Tim is such an amazing builder of community. You were telling us how you're building community with
StreamYard.
And when you started StreamYard, you weren't sure you remembered.
Right, exactly. I think too, the multi-streaming aspect is so important in growing the community because at first we mainly used Facebook, and then we got access to LinkedIn Live, and LinkedIn has been a place that both myself and Jim have spent a lot of time this year. And I always say that like you really want to focus on, at least initially, the places where that you engage the most with your audience, because your live streams are going to perform the best there because you already have an active conversation going on there, right?
Yep. That's what we recommend.
Yeah.
Good. Yeah. Are you hiring? No, I'm just kidding.
Oh my gosh, I love it. So you're multi-streaming, and that's what really brought you, or maybe you can tell us what brought you to StreamYard. Like, how'd you hear about it? What made you switch from whatever you were using?
Yes. So we were using another platform, and we were having issues with bringing guests on, audio issues, and it wasn't a web-based. I believe there was an app that you had to use to bring guests on, and it just didn't work. And then Jim, my amazing co-host, Jim Fuse of Fusion Marketing, he heard of StreamYard through Ross Brand, of all people.
Interesting,
Ross Brand.
Shout out to Ross.
You did it at the same time. That's awesome.
It's hard to do points for that over the live stream.
Yeah, he's here in the chat somewhere.
Ross or Jim or both?
I've only seen Ross, but Jim might be here. He was on Twitter earlier.
He's always on Twitter. He is an amazing Twitterer.
Yeah. Yes. What brought you to StreamYard, Tim? So you said the guests and just making it easier for your guests to join your live streams. Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. Yeah. That was the main thing. And StreamYard
Yeah.
is just so easy to use.
Yeah.
You know, it has a lot of features, but it also makes it so easy to use, especially when bringing guests on, right? Because you want to make sure that they're as comfortable as can be, and you just want to do everything you can to make them look the best and sound the best. And StreamYard just makes that so easy to do.
Yeah.
How do you handle giving your guests all the information they need to join the stream? Because it is pretty easy to join. You just click a link. But are there certain tips or tricks that you tell your guests ahead of time to sort of give them, you know, the easiest time possible?
Yeah. So first of all, what we do is we recently set up a Calendly account. So we have people sign up, book for whatever date they want to book using Calendly. And then in that email, it has whatever information, you know, then we update, and then that connects to Google Calendar. So then we add the StreamYard link as it gets closer. And we find that just saves a lot of time from going back and forth and back and forth and back and forth. So
yeah, interesting.
So you're not having to specifically sort of go back on email with them and like follow up and all of that. Like it's just you all go to the one app. That's really smart.
So you just say,
and that was Jim's idea.
Link.
Shout out to Jim.
Oh, good. Shout out to Jim. I think I saw Brian in the comments say, paging Jim. He probably tagged him. Paging Jim too.
Here.
We're talking about Jim so much. We should have him. We had him on the show last week.
With
a couple
Chris,
weeks
right?
ago. Yeah,
weeks ago?
we did.
Yeah. Yeah. So if you don't know who Jim is, you can catch that episode. So the last thing we want to touch on is, are there any other features that you're using? So we talked about multi-stream. We talked a lot about guests. We kind of got into audience like engagement. Is there any other ways you're engaging your audience or ways you're using StreamYard?
So one thing I'll say that I often use for coffee and donuts, or sometimes even for the Tim and Jim show, is I will use, because I'm often out and about, sometimes at least in this world we're living in, the new mobile hosting capability on StreamYard is incredible.
Okay.
So for example, the other day, we did the coffee and donut show. I hosted it from a picnic table in a park next to the Delaware River. Right. So I had like trees in the background. And
how cool.
But
you're
I
not
can
there
host
right
it
now, are
from,
you?
Yes. No, this is a great screen. Wait, did I just say that? Yes, that's the Delaware River back there around the corner.
Wow, that's cool. So you did the whole Monday morning show just from your phone?
Just from my phone. And it's so cool because you can bring on your logo, you can bring on your background, you can basically do everything except share a screen. Which just makes it so easy. But one tip when you're using your phone is do not do it in the sun, because if your phone overheats, that's a problem.
Oh no. Man, it's hard for the phone to live stream. Like I think it's working hard when you're live streaming. Oh my gosh, how funny.
Exactly.
Good tip. I didn't know you use the mobile, but that's good to know. We don't have very many people, at least on our show, who have been users of StreamYard on mobile. We used it to host this show one time, just to test out the feature, see how it goes. But it is really hard on that small screen. Like it's really hard. I was like,
it's hard if you want to engage with the comments. Yeah, that's the tough part because the screen is so small.
Yeah.
But
that's
it's
true.
possible.
I'll take it though.
It's just
it works for me.
It works. I mean, it works.
That's so fantastic. Yeah.
Yeah, I love it. So, Tim, you have kind of an announcement to make today.
Ooh, drum roll. Here's my sound effects. I'm announcing, and we announced earlier, myself and Brian Schulman, the incredible Brian Schulman, we're launching a 3-week course called How to Make Your Live Show Memorable. And this course is unique in that it is for people who already have live shows.
Okay.
So what we will be working with them on is how to make it more memorable. So everything from figuring out how to find your vibe if you don't already know your vibe on live video. We'll be working on ways to engage before, during, and after the show, how to create a run of show for your show, figuring out all the tech if you haven't already, many ways to repurpose your live show so that you can extend the life of your live stream. I mean, I once created a 7-minute clip from a live stream that reached 67,000 people, which was like tens of thousands of people more than the live stream itself reached, right?
Wow.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Yes.
Okay. So it's for the people who already have shows. So anyone who's in the audience who has a live show that wants to make it more memorable or wants to grow it.
Yeah, who wants to make it more memorable, wants to make a bigger impact. How it'll work is there'll be 6 recorded videos. So we'll drop 2 recorded videos a week, and there'll be 2 Q&A sessions each week as well. Those will be live. The videos will be recorded.
Cool.
So we announced it today, and it launches on November 16th.
Cool. And Todd says, hey, Todd, thanks for tuning in. How do you sign up for the course? Yeah,
absolutely. So I'll drop a link down in the comments. Or Brian, I know you're still there.
Yeah.
Drop a link in the comments. There you go.
Perfect.
Goodbye, Dana.
I'm still here.
Where are you? I can't find you, Dana.
Oh my gosh. Okay, this is awesome. Thank you for dropping that comment. And we'll just copy and paste the link for our other platforms.
Awesome.
Nancy says, where's the link? We'll post it. We can post it after the show. That's so awesome, Tim. And I love that it's unique just in the sense of it's not like going from 0 to 60 and starting a brand new live stream show, but it's helping the people who already have started or maybe just got started and are just wanting to grow their show. Yeah. Super cool. So where can people find you, contact you, learn more about you, Tim?
Yeah, absolutely. So they could contact me through my website, which is the longest URL ever, although apparently not as long as other ones that have been on the show.
Not as long as
that comment.
So socialmediasolutions.com, or you can feel free to direct message me on Facebook, or I'm on LinkedIn often. Just search for Tim Sohn, Sohn. I'm pretty much everywhere. So, and I'm pretty much live all the time. So just find me live.
I know, that's what it feels like. Yeah. Feels like you've had everyone on your show and you've been on everyone's show.
Can't be everyone.
Tim, this was very, very helpful. You had some great tips for us on just how you're using StreamYard. So thank you again. How you're using StreamYard and Snap Camera. So thank you again for being on the show, Tim.
Thank you so much, Dana and Kelsey. It's been a blast.
It has been a blast indeed.
Take care, Tim.
Bye.
Thank you.
Oh my gosh, so fun. I think this show just gets more and more entertaining as we go on. I think we just start having more fun. And thank you to everyone who showed up in the comments. It's so fun to see where people are tuning in from. We have Facebook, we have YouTube, and we have LinkedIn. Brian, he is amazing, Brian. Yes. And thank you, Brian, for tuning in live. It's really fun to have all the comments and to be able to chat with you guys. Thanks, Nancy. Thanks for watching. And we will be back. We will be back with another episode next week on StreamYard Spotlight. Thanks everyone for tuning in.
Amen.